Hello guys, and welcome to a new Wargame video today by me, Vulcan. I know it's been a while since I've done a Wargame video, but well, I don't really have an excuse. I just haven't got round to making one really. But here we are with a 3 vs 3 on Plunjing Valley, and I'm going to be playing with my Scandinavian deck. So I have been making the deck videos in the meantime, and this deck that I'm using in this video is specifically the deck from the Scandinavian deck video. I will leave a link to it in the description if you'd like to check out the deck before you watch the game. Also, I will leave a link to Bubblebox's channel as well and his video so that you can check out his deck if you'd like to. So we're all using Scandinavian decks, and we're going to be taking on Honest Tram, Kai Charles and Demon on the enemy team. So in this one, basically we set out at the start that I would be taking Foxtrot, Silver Raptor would be going down the middle at Delta, and Bubblebox would be taking on the left at Alpha. Now this particular map, it's pretty balanced. I'm pretty much a fan of this map. It's probably one of the most balanced maps in the game, but either way, it's very easy for the blue side to secure Foxtrot early on because they have the town here. Obviously there's the compound here for the red side, but there's not as many places to secure their CV. So you could sneak a command infantry unit into this building here, or maybe into one of these back sectors, or into this forest at the top right, but pretty easy to predict. Whereas when you've got a town this large, the command infantry could be in any one of these sectors. So it's a lot easier, and also you can hide build or cars or like APCs behind these buildings as well, keep them out of line of sight. Definitely a good way to do things. Furthermore, from the blue side you can also sneak into this forest early on and occupy this tree line, which makes it incredibly hard for the red side to advance towards your home sector. Now on the Alpha side of things, it's a bit harder for Bubblebox because this sector is always going to be closer to Charlie. So they're going to get there fast, but if you can get some quick APCs down this road, you can actually occupy this forest and get some nice flanking going on there. You also do have a reasonable amount of sectors still to hide your CV and this little clump of forest here. But again, it's pretty open across here, and often you'll find that the red side does get there first. Now in the center, at Delta, it's pretty even. You know, most of the time the clashes will occur in this forest because either side will get their units there just as quick as the other. So let's have a quick look at my unit composition before we let the game start. I have an AS 350 recon helicopter that's Norwegian. We have a Lynx that's Danish with the command infantry in it. We have two STRV 105s, probably one of my favorite tanks from the Swedish because of their 70% accuracy for 55 points. We have two lots of XA 180s. I'm not quite sure what I have in those, but we also have the PATGB XA 180 with recon infantry as well, and a couple of LBRBV 701s. Now these are the infrared on top of an APC basically. So we're going to start away there. Let's have a quick look at what Bubblebox is bringing in. He's got 4 squads here of infantry with a recon infantry squad. He's got some robot RBS 90s and a couple of EOTS Hawks. Now that's quite a big investment at the start of the game. They're not exactly cheap, 75 points each, but very good for taking out aircraft early on because they aren't targetable by seed. He also has his command unit as infantry in a UH-1B, which is good, and looks like I'm also going to be capturing Delta as well as Foxtrot at the start of the game here. That's why I'm considerably lower on units than my teammates. Now the reason that we chose to do that is because Foxtrot is a lot easier to secure for the blue side, so I decided that I would invest to capture Delta and Foxtrot while Silver left his APC back at Echo. So Silver Raptor's CV 9030Ns are approaching. These are heavy APCs carrying infantry. They're basically the Swedish equivalent, but for Denmark or Norway. Yeah, Norway. Very, very powerful APCs there. He's got an STRV 105 and an STRV 103D. SCRV 103D, an incredible tank, does have small size, which makes it hard to hit, basically by 5%, I think it is, makes it 5% harder to hit. So you can see I brought my Volkskamjägers in these XA180s into this village here. They have the Eric's missile system, so we can see what's going on there. I've moved up my links trying to fly it away since it spotted out the Strela 10M, but unfortunately that gets shot down, and now we are being engaged in the middle. Silver Raptor going to start having a hard time. Almost takes a side shot into the SCRV 103D, but fortunately turns its arm around and takes one into the front armor instead, which isn't half as bad. But now these Gevarmen and the CV9030Ns are attacking the Bizarkari, making short work of them with their 1 HE power, but the 374 rounds per minute. They are 30mm rounds as well, and Bushmaster 2 cannons. Nothing to be messed with there. These couple units of recon infantry are making a run for it, but the APCs are surely going to catch up. Now over on the left you can see that Bubblebox has not had a great time. The majority of his starting forces have been wiped out, but he has managed to keep his command infantry alive as they are retreating, and he also has these 4 units of infantry sneaking round to the backside of the sector, which the enemy has not spotted yet. So I am going to put it to my point of view so you can see exactly what we can see as going on. And I've got my Volkskamjägers sneaking up on the right to make a little probing attack there, whilst keeping the rest of my units near my CV because I don't necessarily want to get flanked just yet. Have a recon helicopter out right wide, and you can see I've sent a Lynx out over here to check for any helicopter flanks. So with Silver Raptor's APCs being destroyed by the T-72 M1Ms here, he is in a bit of a predicament. These Gevarmens might be able to deal with that, but I have brought up my own CV9030N with the Gevarmen 90 towards this centre area now, and that is just to help him secure it with the help of the APC and of course the infantry squad. So now Bubblebox's Volkskamjägers and the XA180NOs have spotted the CV at the back of Alpha and have managed to take that out. Unfortunately, it looks like the command infantry did not get away from Alpha, but the Marine Jaegers here did. So he still has the recon capability to get push going back into Alpha, and he also has the Force Volkskamjägers that are going to stop them from capturing Alpha. Now we aren't playing Conquest, we are actually playing Destruction in this one. So it's all reliant on kills, and this is total destruction. So there is a time limit. We have 40 minutes, but at the end of the day, it's all down to kills. Whoever has more kills at the end, or whoever destroys all the CVs first. So you can see with this Volkskamjäger presence in the back of Alpha, it is forcing them to push some units back. We got the BTRTs there, and the BTRs going back to take care of that infantry. The Tunguska here, unfortunately, does manage to shoot down both a Fennec TOW and the recon helicopter that was with it. Surprise attack there did really catch me out. I think that was my own 2 helicopters there. But I haven't really been affected on this right side. Just got this Volkskamjäger. I don't really want to push it out in the open because it will get taken out by whatever is in this town, and it is most likely that there is something in this compound. Now one thing we have to note is that we are currently capturing Foxtrot, and they are not capturing Alpha. They aren't even contesting Foxtrot. So this is giving us a huge advantage at the moment. Bubblebox bringing in an F5A Puff there to take out that Tunguska. Great job there. And again, another unit or 2 being taken out by the Volkskamjägers here with those Carl Gustav M2s. Now with these BTRTs moving across the road, I have my CV9030Ns trying to engage those. They just dropped out some Sapari, which I'm targeting specifically. See if I can take out a squad. And in comes the mass grenade launcher fire from the BTRTs. It is going to start to do some damage to the CV903 that we have there. You can see it's caused a couple of critical hits, the optical failure and the stabilization malfunctioning. Now with my little bit of support in the middle here, it has allowed Silver Raptor to continue pushing with these commandmen, and if he can get into this compound, that would be massive. It would give us a foothold towards Bravo that would be very hard for them to counteract. So some more Fullscreen Jaegers being brought up here by Bubblebox. I'm moving up my CV903 here to wipe out another unit on the left side here. These BTR 60Ps being popped very easily by the autocannon on that unit. And drawing these BTRTs back, it allows Silver Raptor's STRV-103D to fire countless shots into the side of these BTRTs. Fighting Falcon brought in by Bubblebox just to see if he can wipe them out with the two 1,000 kilogram bombs. My APC was destroyed in this forest as it began to move forwards by the T-64Bs there that you can see hiding in that compound. But coming across those Sapperies, the XA-186s are actually really good for taking care of that. I bring in my own Fighting Falcon to actually bomb these T-64Bs. You can see that that will do a lot of damage to those and panic them. One of them almost died, leaving it on 1 health. My APC stunned in the center there, still being attacked by the BTRT. The T-72M also firing upon it now, trying to reverse that away from their range. So the great thing about using APCs against napalm units is the napalm units are incredibly ineffective. So the XA is just getting free shots with those machine guns. Obviously it does cause the APCs to be panicked, so their firing capabilities aren't as great. So my commandmen are still taking quite a lot of damage from these Sappery napalm rocket. So coming up here now, using my CV903 to engage the Flampanzer. The CV903 does have 4 AP power, so that autocannon is incredibly powerful, and as long as it remains on target, that unit is going to be dead. Another CV being pushed in to Alpha, and that is indeed a command tank that Silver Raptor has spotted and told Bubblebox to engage with his Fullscreen Jaegers. Bubblebox has brought a brilliant Fennec TOW 2 round to attack the T-64Bs, but it has caused the T-64Bs to move forwards, and that does indeed make my Fighting Falcon miss its 100 or 1,000 kilogram bombs that I had originally targeted further back, but obviously with the pressure from the TOW 2, they are going to try and hide those in the forest. So bringing up like the occasional APC here, these are expensive. They do cost 25 points plus the 10 points of the commandment, so 35 points every time I want to bring these up. And yeah, so this is a big thing for the support of Silver Raptor. I bring in a Vigan here with the 4 cluster munitions, but again the T-64s have moved further forwards than I predicted, and I miss another bombing strike. Bubblebox brings in his own Vigan, and this time he hits the target. So my APC making some good progress here, the T-72M, and not being able to really hit its target just yet. And well, my APC not going to last very long, can't penetrate the front armor of a T-72M. The Fullscreen Jaegers moving out of their sector there did manage to catch out the command tank as it moved back towards the corner of the sector. Now I believe the reason that happened was because of the lack of communication on the enemy team, and basically what happened was the initial CV that got destroyed by these Fullscreen Jaegers was destroyed, and then another person on the team decided that they would put their own CV in there but didn't realise the Fullscreen Jaegers were there. So that's why it got killed so easily. But so far, I haven't really had to do very much. I haven't got many kills. Only 190 points for me, because obviously I've been securing the right side with the majority of my forces. Foxtrot not really being contested for the entire game, and instead I decided to push towards Bravo. And the damage from those APCs has allowed Silver Raptor to finish off the units with his SDR V103D and his own APCs and infantry. So far, so good. We have Bubblebox splitting up his fullscreen Jaegers a little in order to spread them out and counteract any pushes into the top of Alpha. I also have my own XA180 here that I was moving up in order to take control of more compounds. You can see I've also brought up a STRV-105. I think that was one of the ones from the right initially that I moved across to this tree line in order to cover any movement towards Foxtrot maybe, or to attack any of the units sitting in Bravo. So I'm now bringing in an F5A Puff to shoot at any AA, managed to kill one unit, and I'm trying to cluster bomb the prams. Unfortunately the prams are swiftly retreated and I do miss that strike. So now Silver Raptor's Draken coming in, does get taken out by some AA in the town. And again, another CV driving towards Alpha. I think this was the third player decided that it was their turn to suicide a CV into Alpha without realizing that there were fullscreen Jaegers there. So that just happened and we just get loads of points from it. I'm bringing in my Fighting Falcon to bomb these robots and slightly help out Bubblebox's fullscreen Jaegers. And my Fighting Falcon just about gets away with that and scores itself 30 points. So as long as the aircraft don't die and they land a bombing strike, then, you know, it's really good value for money. You're getting something for nothing, as ever. So now these Sapri 85 engaging the Kush Jaegers at close combat. Now the trouble is them being in the same sector is that they aren't going to be using the napalm because there is a minimum range for them, and they are pretty much sitting on top of each other. The Sapri, if they fired their napalm right now, would probably kill themselves just as much as they would the Kush Jaegers. Either way, I bring up my automatic, and my automatic is going to try and help with some fire support on the Sapri, turn the tide of that battle into the Kush Jaegers' favour, although there was a little bit of friendly fire. And currently you can see that in Alpha, the only thing that's securing it is these fullscreen Jaegers, and they haven't really attempted very much to bring it back. But either way, the MiG-17 PF coming in here, really like that bomber, 500 kilogram bombs, two of them. Very good for if you know that the enemy doesn't have too much anti-air. And now you can see Silver Raptors using these FSKs with the Eric system to take out one of the prams. And he also has spotted the Strela 10M there, some really nice hits by moving these FSK forwards on their own. This DHS Mi-24P coming into close combat with the XA180. It's going to force that away so that it doesn't take too much damage for free. But at the moment things are pretty static. You can see my Vig in here, I'm actually bringing it around the edge of the map. The thing that's so great about the Viggen is it does have 4 10 AP power cluster bombs. I think that the 10 AP power is the most AP power you can get on a cluster bomb in the game. So here you can see I'm bringing it across to go for a bombing strike. And it is bombing straight onto the CV. And we're going to pop that. And my Viggen does indeed get away as well. My F5A Puff coming in. Not going to get too many targets killed because they are using majority infrared AA. But with Bubblebox pushing forwards these XA180s, he's actually doing a lot of damage to the enemy units that are left. You can see these BM24s, they are going to take a lot of damage from machine guns because they are unarmored. You can see there that BM24 is completely immobilized because of the machine gun fire. And these XA180s are actually elite, so they are going to be on target pretty often with those machine guns. They only have 15% accuracy, but when they're elite, that's going to boost that a little, and they aren't going to miss very often. So you can see the Mi-24P, even at max range, is taking a beating at the moment. Silver Raptor's Lynx is being taken down there by the Igler ends, and one of our opponents has surrendered. I decided that if there wasn't much at Bravo, then maybe it was time to push on the right, because surely they wouldn't have just sat here and done nothing. But apparently there was some defences here, but they didn't try and get a CV in at any point. So now a mass amount of units coming in here, these Fighting Falcons and Puffs. The Puffs both being taken down by the Strela 10M here. Nice job by that Strela 10M to take down both the Puffs. The Fighting Falcon actually misses the Moat-Schutzen that are defending this compound. That was rather unfortunate. And my own Puff again is going to get shot down by the Strela 10M. So now you can see the use of assaulting recon infantry. I've got these Volkskamjägers. They are going to reveal the Moat-Schutzen as we move forwards. Obviously the Moat-Schutzen would be revealed as soon as they fire, but either way it does give us information for fire support. So I've got my STRV. Unfortunately that's panicked though from taking a shot from the Moat-Schutzen previously. So it is providing as much fire support as it possibly could. And my Volkskamjägers on the right are being pinned down by the SPW-60PBs and the SPW-80s here. So I don't particularly have the right composition of forces in order to push this very much. I do really need more tanks, so I am bringing up a SDRV-102R there, which is a sort of weaker variant of the STRV-105 to help me out. At this point in the game, the enemy only has one command vehicle left. And the reason we know that is because obviously Foxtrot is captured by us. We captured Alpha. Bravo is neutralized, but we have basically gone through all these buildings, and the only place that has anything there is Charlie. So Bubble Box moving around the backside of the enemy with these Fennecs, and well, the enemy slowly falling off. My Fighting Falcon there with the 1,000 kilogram bombs finally getting on target and killing off the two Moat-Schutzen squads, which is going to allow me to put some infantry into this compound should I need to. And now we've got my STRV-105 killing off the T-72M, no problemo. And the great thing about more accuracy over higher AP power is that higher accuracy means that you're always going to pretty much land the first shot. And if you do, then you're going to make the opponent panic or damage their morale slightly, which definitely gives you the advantage. So my SDRV-105 here, going to be continuing to fire at the Bantank faggots as soon as they fire back, but in this case, where they go out of line of sight, I decide to reverse my STRV into the compound so that it breaks line of sight from the HGMs and the HGMs miss. And so finally we've spotted the command infantry with Bubble Box's Phoenix TOW 2s. Our extensive AA network is coming into play. Silver Raptor bringing in his own F-16 AM as well to help out, and with Bubble Box's Fighting Falcon bringing in some bombs. He doesn't actually hit the command unit just yet. I have my Gripen coming in to take care of the Su-22M4P, and I managed to take that out nicely. Now that Gripen is such a sexy aircraft, pity I can show you that more. But yeah, with the units being taken out on this right side in the compound, I'm moving up my STRV to take care of the enemy APCs. Obviously still movement over here. I would have liked to have seen Honest Tram actually be more aggressive on this side because he is still in the game. But anyway, I'm just bringing back my Volkskamjägers towards my AS-332, and that's going to be resupplying these Volkskamjägers in order to make another push on the right side. Now the couple of moat shoots in there do manage to pop my STRV 102R. But no problem there, bringing in a fighting falcon to take care of those. And I think the reason we weren't actually targeting the command unit just yet was because we didn't notice it when Bubblebox flew his helicopters over it initially. So I missed the bombing strike there because you can see the moat shoots and snuck their way into the compound while I wasn't looking. But now with Bubblebox's VulcanHDGaming moving towards Charlie along with the EOTS Hawks and the STRV 105s, we are going to make a final push into Charlie in order to finish the game. But this fighting falcon here coming in with a bombing strike, is that going to land on the command unit? Yes it is, and that's going to finish the game. And there you have it, a 22-minute and 10-second victory for us using our Scandinavian decks. So Bubblebox did an incredible job in that game, basically because I think the enemy got severely caught out at the beginning of the game with his left side flank, and his 4 units of VulcanHDGamers made so much ground and forced the enemy attack to actually turn round and try and go back in the sector, which didn't work out for them at all. On my side of things, you can see my kills to losses weren't as good. Obviously I lost the least amount in the game, but that was mainly because I wasn't engaged for the majority of the game. On my right side, basically nothing happened. I think Honest Tram could have been a much more aggressive, as it would have taken the pressure off the middle of the map. Because what happened was, because I wasn't being attacked on the right side, I put my resources into the center to help Silver Raptor break through with his initial push. And Silver Raptor also did well with 1,735 kills to 1,110 losses. So if you'd like to see this deck, please make sure you check out everything in the description. All of the information about this game will be there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed another Wargame gameplay. More will be coming soon. I have some very, very good ones lined up. This was a short one that I just had chance to record, so I did it. Sorry if it wasn't as good quality as normal, but either way, some more really good ones on the way, I promise, and I will see you guys soon. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.